So then what can you do that you now have Trump? And I can close my eyes and tell you 1 year from now, your South African rand would probably be worth about 30 rands to the US dollar. And when money loses value, there is a massive transfer of wealth from the masses to a predatory elite, local and abroad. And when money loses value, the masses are moving incrementally to impoverishment, destitution, and eventually slavery. And that has already come to many parts of the world. And that is the explanation for the massive waves of economic migration. People flooding by whatever means possible, flooding into the green pastures of Europe and the United States. Because although slavery is now illegal, there may not be legal slavery in the world today, but there is factual slavery in the world today. So South Africa has to prepare for that slavery. And my advice, humble advice, to the government of South Africa is that the best way you can deal with this subject initially is to return to gold and silver coins as money. Use money with intrinsic value, because money with intrinsic value is immune from inflation. And the most dangerous weapon they have with which to attack you is inflation. What is inflation? Inflation is the continuous rise in prices, not because of demand and supply in the market. No, continuous rise in prices because of the fall of value in money. That is inflation. And the world never had inflation until we had bogus money, or when people started to take coins and mint the coins using all kinds of alloys or chipping the coins, and then you can have inflation with that bogus coin. So if you are to return to gold and silver coins as money, South Africa is well placed because you are a country which produces gold. In fact, Johannesburg was given a new name. I don't know why they're not using the new name. Igoli, City of Gold. Igoli, City of Gold. But they're still stuck with Johannesburg. Okay. You cannot use gold and silver coins as money unless the law recognizes gold and silver as legal tender. That law has to be passed. And then people can start to buy and sell using gold and silver coin. But more importantly, every laborer can now demand that his salary be paid in gold and silver. The Articles of Agreement of the International Monetary Fund prohibit the use of gold as money. Why? They will not tell you the answer. The answer is, if gold and silver were to come into the market as money, then bogus money will collapse. That's why. Thus they cannot allow. Their bogus money can survive so long as there's demand for it. So long as people are demanding US dollars, all that Uncle Sam has to do is to print it. And now he doesn't even have to pay the cost of paper and ink. I don't know if you know it, there's something called digital money. And people who have nothing in their head except peanuts accepted Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and they say, this is progress. Cashless world. A cashless world of sheep and cattle and goats and camels who have nothing in their head but peanuts. But South Africa must not fall in that trap. You must return to real money. And real money is money with intrinsic value. And real money, the gold and silver. In the Quran, it's called dinar and dirham. Since the International Monetary Fund prohibits the use of gold as money, how then was Zimbabwe able to mint gold and silver coins and put them in the market. Answer: the Zimbabwe government argued that we are using this only as a store of value, not as a medium of exchange. If I'm wrong, someone should correct me, okay, because you're closer to Zimbabwe than I am. And so the International Monetary Fund took no action against Zimbabwe. But in the case of South Africa, you're going to end up in face-to-face collision with the International Monetary Fund. If you mint gold and silver coins and you put it in the market as money and you make it legal tender, in the first place you will immunize yourself from inflation. They will not be able to succeed in attacking you. Other than that, you have to be as big an economy as Russia and China to survive. The sardines can't survive in this world. Yeah. This is what Islamic scholarship should do.